Hi guys, Alex outside the Etihad Stadium, and I'm delighted to report City 2, Burnley 1. 3 points we very much needed, but didn't Burnley make it hard for us. Here are 5 things that we learned from this evening's game. First off is the discipline. It stuck out to me throughout the entire game. We need to react to refereeing. We need to show our passion, but in the right way. Not picking up bookings, not getting ourselves sent off, thrown into silly challenges. Fernandinho has got himself sent off in 3 of his last 6 games. And I'm sorry, Fernandinho, for all the positives that you bring to this team, it just isn't good enough, because we can do without the suspensions. Alongside all the injuries we've got, it's not helping our cause, and to step in the wrong direction. It's sending the wrong message out. It's not what this club is about. And I'm sorry, guys, but discipline needs to come. I've talked about it a lot in these 5 things we learned, but we're just not learning our lesson. And lesson 2, on a much more positive note, is that Kolarov absolutely bossed it today, and he's still got it in the tank. He can still do it. Now, I, for one, am one who criticises Kolarov week in, week out on this challenge, it feels, but I'm willing to hold my hands up and say today, he got it right. He was spot on. He looked disciplined and tight at the back. He looked confident going forward. There were a couple of times where he'd make an interception and take the ball 10, 15 feet forward and spray a pass out wide. And I'm sorry, guys, but we can't knock him today. He was almost faultless. So we know that he can do it. We know he's got it in the tank. And why aren't we seeing it on a more regular basis? Is it because we're playing so many games? Is it because we're asking a lot of him? He's over 30 and he can't do it on a weekly basis. Is it that sometimes he's playing left back, sometimes he's playing centre back, he's even playing right back at one point this season? I'm not so sure what it is. We know he can do it. You know he's got it in the tank. Let's not rely on him too much. But also, let's stay a little bit positive and try and get behind the boy. My lesson number 3 is all about the amount of football that we've played over Christmas. As fans, it's been amazing seeing match after match after match. But I think today in the first half, we saw the deterioration it takes on our team. We played 2 games in less than 48 hours. And I know the debate rages on about players earning mega wages, but ultimately, when you play at the intensity that Pep Guardiola wants his team to play at, it takes its toll, especially on players like Yaya Toure, who aren't as young as they used to be. And that said, Yaya is the exception, because I thought he was sublime today, but there's a couple of tired legs out there that just couldn't seem to get themselves energised and up for the game in the first half, and we saw it with a very laboured performance. The same goes for away at Anfield, a game where you want to see the boys G'd up, getting passionate and getting energetic and just chasing every single ball, and they can't do it after so much game time. So as fans, I love seeing so much football, having Premier League football on the TV every night, but we've got to look at Germany, we've got to look at Spain, we've got to look at France, in my opinion, and maybe just cool it down a little bit over the winter. Number 4, there's no such thing as an easy game, and I know that is a cliche. I know it's something you'll get on Match of the Day every single week. But first off, credit to Burnley. I think first half, I, along with everyone else, very critical of our performance, but they were great, and it was reminiscent of when we played them at Turf Moor earlier this season. They were great then as well, and they gave us a game, and I think we look at it in the fixture list, and I'm sure a lot of us left our house this morning thinking where it's going to be 3, 4 or 5, but actually that's not the way it works in the Premier League. And yes, we've played 2 games in 48 hours. We're not going to be up to our absolute best. Yes, we've got a couple of injuries, a couple of suspensions, but ultimately, as Liverpool found out tonight away at the Stadium of Light, drawing 2-2, anyone can take anyone in this league. It's why the Premier League is so special. It's why Pep Guardiola is finding it a little bit harder than he did in Germany or at La Liga even. It's why its league is what it is. And we've got to get used to the fact that we're going to turn up and it's going to be hard. And it seems like Burnley, who've got less than half the budget that we have, they can make problems for us. But you know what? Today, we got the result we needed to. We got 3 points. So let's win these so-called easy games and build for there, and then we can look back to the Liverpools, the Chelseas and the Tottenhams. Final point, number 5, and leading on from number 4, is that we can grind games out. We learnt that about ourselves today. It's something that we didn't really do in the first half of the season particularly well. I'm talking about the Everton game here. I'm talking about the Southampton game and so on. Games where, you know, we go a goal up and then we let the other team get back into it. Today, we got ourselves in the lead. Burnley scored their consolation goal and we got tighter, we got more disciplined. There was a little bit of wasting time and all the unglamorous tactics that maybe you need every now and again in the Premier League. You know, and that is something that we've got better at over the course of the season. And it's something I'm looking forward to, using our character in the right way to get the result, because ultimately it's the points that matter most. Those are the 5 lessons that I learnt, Blues. Let me know the lessons that you learned in the comments below. And while you're there, we've got 3 points. It's the start of 2017. If that isn't worth a like, I don't know what is. I'm Alex, this is BlueMoonRisingTV, and I'll see you again.